How's everybody doing tonight? It is time to continue the series between Montasaurus versus Probe. So TVT, to remind you all,
Yep.
we are on Dusk
Yep.
Towers. This is game 2, and I believe Montasaurus cleaned up
Yeah,
game
he picked
1.
up game one.
Yeah,
It was honestly an excellent match. A lot of push back and forth across the map, and Monosaurus basically just slowly ground him down. And then there was an unfortunate moment where Probe kind of dived in with a bunch of tanks, a little too close. They didn't do anything and all died.
yeah.
And
But it
it was
was
like,
it was really interesting. I love
oh
TVT now
well.
because of medevacs. It's like a chess game. You have to play your siege tanks just right.
You
And
know, it like it's
I really
it would have.
enjoyed the Liberator move, and I thought that was really
Yeah.
smart there. So you can kind of cover the
It's
air.
it's it feels to me like an evolution of the way Terran used to be. Terran, like, you had the siege lines and the Marines and the movements with the Vikings back and forth. That part was the same. But throwing the Liberators into the mix, you have a new way to like break tank formations if you can get set up correctly.
Yeah,
The medevac thing is cool, where they can pick up tanks and put them down.
yeah.
I hope it gets to stay. I understand what they're talking about when they say they might change that, but yeah, it does make this matchup look very vastly different,
It
at least
makes it.
from the
Yeah,
original.
I really enjoy this a lot more. TVT, that is. Now that that kind of option to move those tanks around with unsieging them. Anyway, here, starting us off in the bottom center, almost center of the map, the blue Terran player is Montasaurus taking game 1.
And at the top of the map, we have our orange Terran player asking his opponent if he is a Monosaurus Rex. His Vic Boys probe.
Basically, I adopt you.
Oh, can I adopt you? Never.
Never. Sad face.
He's an endangered species.
Can't be tamed, he says. Can't be tamed.
Can't be tamed.
Ooh, we'll see about that.
Go Terran
Uh-oh.
outpost, go!
Yeah, the smack talk here coming out of Probe. See what happens this game. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Got no gas. Oh, we got one gas coming out of Probe. Excuse me. Gas one barracks. Looks like a Reaper opening to me. Pretty early gas. And Monosaurus gonna opt for it.
So I guess this map is supposed to be styled after the Shakuris stuff from the campaign. Like, if you look around, a lot of the green colors, and this is kind of a cityscape.
Okay.
But like, you'll notice there's like green floating pylons in a couple places as well. Like in the
Rocks.
center of the map. Yeah. That's it's pretty interesting stuff. Like, it's too bad that they didn't do, like, you don't get to see too much in detail because it is an RTS. One of the side effects of an RTS is that you can't really like show the day-to-day stuff too good because you're just moving from one military engagement to another one really quickly. But there's little hints of it that they throw in every now and then, like these green tracks that are probably used for a type of like public transport.
It's kind of cool. I really enjoy Blizzard's attention to detail. You're not going to sit there and stare at it all day, but if you do take a second to take a look, yeah, usually they do have a lot of interesting. Probe moving across the map now. Got his out, as we thought before. Montosaurus is going to scout.
So there's some interesting properties to this map that are, you don't really see stuff like this much. You'll note that above this is like the fourth base next to the ramp, there's actually a section of ground. Nothing useful about it, but it's got rocks at the end that you can knock over that will seal off this ramp. In theory, what this means is that you could land a couple units up here, break these rocks down, and then start sieging up the line. I feel like I'm... it's still alive.
Yeah.
And it's doing the...
Well, it was
doing the SCV flexing maneuver over there.
If you the Probe's Reaper jumped in there, got in between the SCVs and the mineral line, and the SCVs body blocked him from the back while the Marines came up and shot, and he tried to escape and couldn't. So, Monosaurus did end up picking that up. Pretty good move there, using 3 SCVs or so to keep him from moving away.
Oh, it's a pretty tough thing to do. It's kind of like trying to catch.
Oh yeah, no, he's covered in butter. Those Reapers.
Yeah.
They oil up before they go, kind of thing.
Exactly. So Montasaurus sees the expansion down here. Yeah, but I was gonna say there's like this piece of terrain is only useful for sieging this mineral line. It actually has no other function, basically. You could maybe hide a structure up there or something, but there isn't anything else useful about it. Which I think this is the only map where this happens, where the rocks actually block just a piece of ground with no properties whatsoever. Usually there's a base or something. Oh, drop time.
Drop time. We got cloaked banshees coming out of Monty. Good choice. We haven't seen these in a few weeks, I think. Pretty cool. I do like cloaked banshee play. It's always interesting to see how a player out.
Yeah, it's a very, it obviously is a strong style of play, and it has been for an extremely long time. But we do have this drop showing up here first. Maybe a little too quickly, because this Banshee should be able to turn around and actually participate in the defense. So far, though, he's picked up a pretty good number of workers. Looks like he wants to try fighting for a little bit directly. He does lose a few Marines, but he's able to pick up and leave. He's able to pick up 6 workers. Not bad, actually. Well, 5 workers and that one that killed himself earlier. But no need to split hairs. The important thing, though, is that he keeps the Banshee at home for a little while, and he can buy himself some time while he builds up the proper positioning and defenses necessary to deal with it when it starts to come to his base eventually. It looks like for now...
Terrorists show up. Terrorists.
Yep. Looks like for now, though, he is actually somewhat inclined to keep this Banshee at home. He's not moving across the map. Well, this other one is leaving, though. And, yeah, turrets are starting to be built. Both mineral lines. This is not going to protect you completely, but due to some of the interesting properties of missile turrets, like the fact that they detect slightly farther than they can shoot, he should be able to see it across most of the space where it can attack, except for immediately above this gas geyser on either side. It is actually possible to angle yourself so that you can hit that without being shot at. Oh. Drop starting again is able to come back in here, does pick up 2 SCVs and a mule. And it looks like he's going to kill a supply depot. Now he's just going to severely injure supply depot. One more worker before he leaves. Meanwhile, Banshee's hanging out at the top.
Oh, mutiny! That Hellion
no.
betrayed his brethren, so they shot him in the face.
I have that problem with stalkers all the time. I swear their clickable hitbox is slightly larger.
Oh yeah,
than the model.
don't worry. I do the same thing with my.
And I'm like, every time I kill one, I'm like, I feel slightly bad, and I also don't.
Viking
Okay.
chasing down.
Chasing the Banshee off, yeah. There's no... It looks like he's not going to go for Cloak. Just really wants the Banshees themselves. And he's keeping them around to augment the power of his army, which is always nice to see. Jeez, Probe is getting a lot done with that one medevac. 12 workers.
Very scary. So yeah, he thinks he's softened him up a little bit. Gonna bring some tanks with him. Move these Marines. Got a couple Marauders thrown in there. This should be good against any tanks or.
Yeah,
tanks,
he's.
though. Well, yeah, but there's a tank. He's got a tank.
Yeah, got 2 tanks with the medevacs. He's not like this is pretty good. Like if he can get set up in a nice spot, I don't think most of what he has here can really do anything to the tanks, and the Marauders are just going to make that even harder to do. But there is a somewhat small force here, though, and we are looking at a defender's advantage situation for Montasaurus. So as long as Probe doesn't get too much on the initial attack, I think he can hold it off. First shot comes down, second shot comes down. Hasn't killed anything just yet. Marines going to stim in, the rest of the forces are going to come down, but they're also taking tank shots for free. And honestly, the army pretty much got softened up by these tanks almost completely. Oh, Widowmine popping down now is going to take out a Marauder. And they do take care of one of the siege tanks, but basically both sides lost all of their forces. And what that's going to mean is that the defensive advantage of having this the production structures on this side of the map for Montasaurus would allow him to eventually win that fight. So it's good for him to pick up that last siege tank, last couple units back up away for the next wave.
Probe pulling away with his main. Medevac in the back that needs to be really careful about flying it in there. It has such low health, and there's a Widow Mine waiting for him. So that in there could be some disaster. Lose a couple Marines. But,
Yeah,
probe turn.
I'm actually trying to figure out how much of a difference that is making with the army supply, because the army supply is like 30 supply part. Huge advantage for probe. But I think about 10 of that is actually wrapped up in that back. In any case, we do have another attack coming up here. Siege tank is now in position along with the Widow Mine. Widow Mine's hit could do a lot here. The Marines jumping in. We have 3 siege tanks being dropped down there to obliterate the initial forces. Good Widow Mine hit that really softens up the forces of Montasaurus, but there's nothing to do the cleanup, and that's that. So kind of see what happened there, pretty much. I think Montasaurus went into an expansion a little bit quicker than Probe, and Probe took advantage of the slight powered up army he had, especially from the economic damage he did. And very subtle, simple, but it worked out.
Pretty clean cut ending there. Just kind of moved in and kept pushing with the bio. That drop though, it's a couple drops. He was.
Montasaurus is saying that they actually had a draw at some point, but they decided to just not include it. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there really aren't any rules for draws. I'm pretty sure that we would just have you replay it anyway. So you guys did you made the right call with that.
Good, sir. All good.
I wonder if that happened before this game, because oh yeah, it would have. This is best of 3, presuming that this is the last game. So both of them are somewhat tired at this point. Draws are exhausting experiences.
Yeah. So a 4th game technically, but a 3rd game.
Yeah.
All right, y'all set, sir?
Absolutely.
Off we go. Game 3. T could be anybody. Got to a best of 1 on Orbital Shipyard.
Another pocket expansion map. Top of the map here with our
a lot of those in that pool, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there is. There's like 2, 3. But anyway, blue Terran, we have Montasaurus.
My life has no meaning anymore. Alright, bottom left-hand corner of the map. Orange Terran player. It is Vic Boys Pro. Trying to run.
Have a,
not doing so hot. But...
We have a poetry failure. It's trying to channel some covert muffin here. It's kind of the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, covert with his deadly haikus.
Yeah, but he like writes those beforehand. Guy
yeah, no, he's prepared. He knows.
He's not
not amused. Not amused.
No reaction. The worst reaction in comedy. Or is it the best reaction? I don't know. Depends on your sense of humor.
Yeah, I suppose.
The British are into awkwardness. They would like it.
Oh yeah. I was watching some Top Gear the other night. It was the first episode Bev has ever seen. So I thought we should totally sit down and I'd get one with the Stig in it. And it was pretty good. She enjoyed it. There's also a really cool documentary side to that series that I really enjoy. They just document a lot of the, they review a lot of cars, and I think it's really cool. You don't have to be a gearhead to watch it. Very amusing people that host it, so I like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid show.
As far as awkward humor.
We have 2 gases coming out real quick for Probe. No expansion just yet. No add-ons. Grabbing a Reaper. Looks like he's going to go for the command center on the low ground. Any second now. Oh, once he has enough minerals. Anyway, on the other side of the map, we have Montasaurus looking like he's going down a similar pathway, except he's picked up a factory a little bit quicker than his opponent. Actually, it's kind of looking like similar outcomes with this build.
Most of the same, yeah, except for the Reaper opening here from Probe using that little bit of an insurance policy, kind of check out what's going on. Pocket expansion here from... Checking down here, dropping a supply depot for scouting purposes. Just in case there's a sneaky little drop back there at some point.
That seems pretty good. It's actually a pretty solid position. It covers this corner right on the edge of the ramp so that there is not a shadow there. At least not a very big one. that you can drop units on. Some sort of goo in the canister next to it. Reaper is now in the Montasaurus base. He throws down a bomb, gets in a little fight with Marine that he almost kills. Marine gets away. Unfortunately, the Reaper's taken enough damage that he can't actually get in beyond that. There's a siege tank out already. Oh boy. Back home probe is producing largely the same units, actually. Got a siege tank on the way, as well as some more Marines. So, quick siege tank drop, maybe?
That could be. That's pretty useful. Well, for
I'm trying to
getting ganged up on here. SCVs.
He's going to show him the siege tank. So, there's not like an element of surprise to this. I guess he's just going for a timing. But this Reaper, I think, has actually delayed things. So if he did want to go for like a quick drop, that window's pretty much gone for that to work.
Like it. I would have liked
Both players are doing the same thing, actually.
Oh, probe. Nope, going straight for the drop.
Yep, they're doing the exact same thing.
Oh,
Montasaurus skating out of the base a little bit behind his opponent. 2 Marines being produced back home on both sides. It looks like, honestly, they're both about equally prepared for this, except the difference is, you don't have that supply depot to catch like vision of the empty space above Probe's natural, but I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. In a sense, he may have just simply donated a structure to Probe by putting that there. Okay, so Siege Tank's going to come down and siege up around some of the Marines, which is why I had to redraw. He's going to get to kill the supply depot for free. Meanwhile, at the same time, we have Montasaurus' drop has not gone in just yet. A lot of forces here to defend. Yeah, okay. Here comes the drop. It's actually just going to go straight for the heart. Siege tank, siege. Yep, here come the Marines. Got 2 out front to take the initial volley. The rest are going to come in, get some shots against the siege tank. They are not able to kill it. They are going to kill the Marines, though. Siege tank picks up and drops yet again. Looks like he wants to see if he can get... Probably do a little more work with that. Nope, okay. It's just going to fall back. So unfortunately, Probe has taken the... kind of the economic power in this game by depriving his opponent of a base at this stage. Montasaurus is going to drive him back, but unlike Probe, Montasaurus did lose... Probe unfortunately did, unfortunately for Montasaurus, not really lose any mining time.
Oh.
So Montasaurus is steadily falling behind a little bit. But still hasn't able to, still can't retake it. I mean, he's gonna kill all the Marines protecting the siege tank, but...
Slowly inching forward here.
Both players kind of building up a lot of resources. This is a pretty micro-intensive situation that we're in. A lot of production is not moving. We have Probe that's kind of supply blocked at the moment. They're, despite the situation, coming up kind of even, oddly enough. And let's stay that way. Yeah, okay, he's going to bail out. Let's say the siege tank. Whoa, is he thinking about murdering the siege tank? Yes. Okay.
Oh, he's trying to bait a tank shot from the high ground to kill his own siege tank. Didn't work out.
Didn't quite work out.
Here.
Yeah, we're going to keep trying to drop it all over the base and just kind of keep him preoccupied. Make Montasaurus spend his APM on things other than restoring his economy, allowing Probe to build up more resources and an advantage in theory. Again, though, Probe is just repeatedly supply blocking himself. So unfortunately, he's not able to really get anywhere with this advantage he's created.
Busy trying to micro, unfortunately, and losing out on...
He's actually now behind an army supply. As a result.
By a little bit, only by 6, not too bad.
No.
He's gonna fly across the side of the map now, though. He's gonna move his army out and try and get some damage done.
Well, this could work. He still has a good... Montasaurus still has a good siege tank position in here. Get some work done. Drew the Marines upward. He has nothing protecting the front. Montasaurus, Probe rather, can't actually run forward and just kill off these buildings while the army is over here dealing with his drop siege tank, and if they come back down, he can bring the drop siege tank in. It's actually a very, very good position for the Orange Protoss. And now it looks like, yeah, he's starting to... He's not getting supply blocked as badly anymore. He's got 2 more on the way. This next production wave, so should be able to build it up from here.
No. Coming in the front, dropping the siege tank right there in the corner.
Yeah, but there's just so many siege tanks here that the bio of probe is instantly demolished. There's nothing there. Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Well,
Pushes no more.
That's it's not what he wanted.
He's ahead by about 10 workers.
Whew.
Keep that up. Maybe expand to a third now that that attack is kind of the
Well, he's got two more command centers, right? Yeah, he's turning those into orbitals. He could actually expand his economy up real quick over Montasaurus. At the same time, Montasaurus isn't about to go really mine out at his natural anytime soon, thanks to the fact that that was denied for so long. He himself does need to expand some sort of So what do you think? Oh, I like this.
I like this. Yeah, if you can position some tanks on the high ground here. Off pot shots as they go by. It's a pretty good position, I suppose, if he really commits to it to some degree. Maybe he can proxy some barracks up there. Reinforce from all over the map. Probes expanding to a third. Fourth command center there for moral support, I suppose.
Yeah, he's able to increase his SCV production with this, as well as get additional mules, and it actually does help him economically to have this building. It's not just a paperweight. Though we have an incoming battle here, we have a group of Marines with a single siege tank, really nicely positioned here for probe. Stimming forward, looks like he wants to attack these unsieged siege tanks, but there's a ball of Marines there trying to help him defend. Takes a lot of losses in Marines, but he's able to pick off 2 siege tanks in the process. Back home, we have production continuing for Montasaurus. He's getting a couple of Vikings to add to the mix. And both of them currently sitting on 1-1 upgrades, but probe will be on 2-2 pretty soon.
Center's advantage 2 here for probe. So he's high ground at the moment.
Uh-oh, here comes the drop tanks.
Fly over.
Doesn't want to repeat it. Neither player really wants a repeat of last time, where this scenario popped up. No one wants to be the guy who loses the siege tanks. And it looks like Montasaurus is thinking, okay, cool. I'm going to pick up, fall back. He also knows that he's got those Vikings now. And once the Vikings are in play, it gives him a lot more ability to maneuver in these positioning battles that we're seeing here. So I really do like the fact that he just fell back. Did push the issue, and he's like, nope, I got more stuff at home. I'm going to fight on my terms, not on yours.
Fine. He's also got his third up, almost fully saturated here.
Army supply advantage, by the way, now goes to probe, but a lot of that supply is back home and not participating in this fight that is about to occur. Oh, Doom Drop time.
Doom Drop straight over to the pocket expansion here for Montasaurus.
Instantly losing a medevac. 2 more of them take damage. This is not a fight that you leave. Just lost half of your transport. Oh, kind of medevac's leading the battle a little bit, kind of taking some pointless losses for Montasaurus. He needs to keep vision of the high ground area up here, or these siege tanks will very quickly die. He's able to... he killed one of the upgrades from Montasaurus. Going to give him a little bit of an advantage.
Expanding while he's attacking here. Whoa, Montasaurus and Marines are stuck in their own little choke here, but the siege tank's going to change that real quick. Picking off what's on the ramp. No high ground vision anymore for probe.
Yeah, very ugly and bloody battle here, but he looks like he... not that one that popped up, but... looks like he's looking like he might actually lose the command center, but he does hold on to it. And on the back of this, probe has picked up a 4th base. Locked that down. And is continuing to keep his economy running. Montasaurus, however, is now down to 31 workers. He's basically one-basing it. This move out is a little bit risky, but he knows that his opponent just took some kind of inefficient losses. And in this situation, with the kind of economy hit he's taken, he really wants to force a fight right now. Oh, bunch of Vikings gonna get a siege tank.
Nicely done there by Montasaurus. Ooh, gotta be careful with his positioning here. 3 tanks
Grabs
going
the
down.
High ground, going to run the Marines down here. He's actually doing a decent job of cleaning up the bio, but there just isn't a lot to back it up. However, we do have Marines streaming in across the map now, reinforcing Montasaurus' position, and it looks like he's going to gain ground toward probe space.
Not going to go straight to the front door. Probe's got quite the bank going on here. Extending that a little bit, getting 3-3. Dropping 6 Marines at a time in the queue.
Montasaurus is actually on kind of a serious timer right now as Probe has hit 3-3. Or rather not hit 3-3, but he's researching it, so he's it's the complete opposite. But he's researching 3-3 now, so in only a little bit of time here, he's going to have a 2 attack, 2 defense advantage over his opponent in upgrades, which is really one of the kind of fatal win conditions that exists in the game, in the sense they're superb with even numbers. But the fight's going to happen a little bit earlier than that. They have siege tanks in position on both sides. Bio goes down for Montasaurus first, and it looks like this force is going to be cleaned up by Probe. Montasaurus is in a pretty bad situation now.
Very lonely tank here in the middle of the map. Just contemplating his existence. Drop down here at Probe's pocket expansion. Pick off some of these supply depots. Put a little bit of a dent in his production. Got a couple ways to come in, even with the medevacs.
Oh, going for the medevacs now. It does pick off 2. Not bad. That does close the gap a little bit. His opponent still has roughly a 30 supply advantage, however. And some of that, of course, 30 supply advantage in army. Sorry. Technically, he has a 40 supply advantage if you include the worker difference as well.
No, just a little bit. Just to replenish this this natural back here. Probe's pushing across the map now. He knows Monty's choking a little.
Huge.
And 3-3 is going to be done in about 3 seconds. So next engagement for him is going to be really hard for Monty to hold.
Montasaurus has 10 Marines at a time pumping out, and he's also starting to grab Liberators.
Liberators, freedom! Oh, freedom!
Our country. Ah. Hey.
Oh, Queen and country.
They might be able to take our arms. We can take their freedom.
Yeah. Got some decent coverage here from these Liberators, so Probe does push up.
So, this does slow down Probe's advantage. He doesn't really have anything to deal with the Liberators at the moment. I think we should see him pick up some air units or something. Yeah, you got a Raven probably for a point defense drone, which is actually a pretty good response to this, if you think about it. They do shoot pretty slowly, so it'll take them a while to actually drain the energy off those things. Oh, but here comes some Vikings coming in for a little bit of chip damage. He's able to poke the medevac and get out of there. Stim coming down is forcing him to use a lot of energy on healing as well.
Probe's looking really scary, though. I mean, if you look at the army supply difference, it's at least 12. And he's going to pick all the way up again, go for this pocket expansion.
Yep.
Montasaurus is trying to... Ooh, he's got Marines here, and he only needs to stem them.
Okay. Suiciding some Marauders forward to pick off a siege tank. He is able to do that. At the same time, we have medevacs considering moving up there, but they're going to immediately change their mind when they discover a lot of dudes in power armor with guns aiming up in the air. And they're like, nope, forget that. However, Probe, he's secured a gold expansion now. He's got a really powerful economic advantage that he's building here. I think he's just going to kind of push the engine of his economy until he gets up to that 200 mark and then probably go for another attack. Or he's changed his mind and he's going to go for it. He's thinking about it. Alright.
But too, ticking clock for Montasaurus here. Probe is just going to snowball further and further.
He's got that 3-3. Montasaurus still has not rebuilt his engineering base to actually get those upgrades rolling again. He's getting an armory now.
Got air attack upgrades, though, for these Liberators. I mean, that could be his way back in if he builds a couple more. He does have secret missiles available.
Oof. Marines with re-attack do so much damage.
You stim them, it's, yeah, ouchie.
I rip him straight out of the sky. Anyway, we have a Raven now for Montasaurus in play. A couple of them. Help out a little bit with this. Secret missiles can do some pretty impressive work in these situations.
7.5K, excuse me. Yeah, he's got like all the economy of the world he needs here. Finish this army real quickly.
Probe kind of sensing that he is trying to build up his economy, wanted to check his entire army up here. It's great positioning against this ramp. Actually, possibly they just wanted to attack that as well. But he picks up set up a command center for his trouble.
Ouch. 14 workers, 15 workers, and then engagement there.
127 army supply versus 110. Large chunk of that army supply for Probe is actually still back up. Not really engaging with the full force here. Liberator field's going down, and let's see how long it's able to actually stand in there. Picks up the Liberators pretty quick. And now it's just Bio Forces against a Thor and a bunch of Vikings. Pretty much. Looks like this is going to be a victory. Very narrowly a victory in terms of the initial fight. However, he does not have forces to push any further here just yet.
Liberator's coming out again, gonna cover this ramp real nice.
Probe sacrificing the command center for some reason. Nope, changing his mind.
25 workers went down just there, though. Montasaurus is down 14 workers to 53. Those orange bars there, looking at the supply difference, is really scary right now. He's only got a whole lot he can do here with just this handful of Marines.
I get the impression he wanted to be like, oh, BM with the command center, but I don't think it's working out. It just sort of showed up by itself. He is going to win this fight most likely because there's so much stuff here. Liberation zones are strong, but don't really have, they're not that strong. And that's GG.
Probe taking the best of 3 series.
I found the command center kind of funny. I'm like,
He's trying to,
yeah. I could see what he was trying to do, but
right.
It's better to just drop mules.
Just do it. Just do it, man. You know.
Make your dreams come true and shit.
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. That was pretty good.
Right.
We had plenty of good StarCraft to go around today. Really really happy to see that stuff.
Yeah, I got 2 more matches tomorrow. I got myself versus Otter, so Omega versus Otter will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. And followed by Chaosy versus Leaf Sino, which is another best of 5.
Yep, and that's 2 p.m. Eastern, guys. Make sure EST.
Yeah. 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 Mountain, 1 Central. You need help with that on the U.S. time zones.
Yeah.
2 o'clock Eastern.
More see tomorrow. We will be around as well tonight for some Heroesing action if you guys are available. It's pretty good.
Yep, we'll be playing the video games.
Yeah, we'll be over in Stanton if you guys feel like doing some of that stuff. No, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it. It's the reason we're here. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have anything extra to say. Is the stream still open?
Yeah, stream's still up. Definitely.
Okay, good. Yeah, one last thing. Still working on the Heroes tutorial videos. I've got one of them almost done. And again, this is just super early stuff. They'll start going up next Friday, I think.
Okay.
I technically could get one earlier than that, but I want to try and have 2 videos. I want to try and be 1 video ahead of my cycle just in case something pops up.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a buffer.
So, yeah.
Yes. There you have it, folks. We will catch you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft.